first 18 years of my career, I was a manufacturer's representative. I was worked a lot with theatrical lighting as a manufacturer's representative. In fact, I really was a frustrated architect engineer. That's what, in 1968, when I started college, that was what my career path was going to be. I had a Vietnam War going on at the time. And being kind of a naive, stupid 18-year-old and 19-year-old, I didn't keep my grades up, and so I wound up in service. And the college went by the wayside. And by the time I'm out of the service, I'm married and having a child, and so school got put by the wayside, and I started a working career. Back in 1984, I discovered a lamp that had been developed by GE for the Kodak carousel projector. And later on I found out that what they called it was an MR16. The lamp was high intensity, and we found that in the slide projector. After work one evening, we were downstairs leaning up against a workbench. We both had this 7-ounce Coors in our hands, and I had this MR16 lamp. And I was explaining to this friend of mine what this lamp was and what I thought we could do with it. Then it hit. The Coors beer can had that 2-inch diameter. We had a 2-inch diameter lamp. The length was correct. So we put this on a yoke. We could do theatrical lighting at night. And fortunately for me, he had another friend that I had not met yet, who has become a huge supplier for our company, had a machine shop just down the street. And so a couple nights later, we went down the street with a case of Coors beer, and we started machining aluminum to match this Coors beer can. And that's literally how we started. If we'd ever done a business plan, there wouldn't be a BK Lighting today. We didn't have the money to start a company. There were numerous times when I got laughed at when I came in with this little fixture and said, I'm going to light this 60-foot palm tree. And they said, it's just impossible. You can't do that. When I did it, their jaw dropped. So in 1984, when we started, we had one light fixture, and it's literally the old story. It was made in a garage. We added a couple of more fixtures, different mounting, same lamp, different application. And actually in 1986, we had sold enough product and felt that this was really a viable company that we could create. And so in 1986, we incorporated. We actually formed a company. We were successful in what we did. We didn't use outside investors. We grew organically within the company. If we made money, we reinvested that money. I'd never thought about the company growing into what it is today. I was worried about the next year. I was worried about the next 2 years. I was worried about my employees and how many employees I was going to need, how much space I was going to need as a plant. Our goal was never to be the biggest. We've had, over the years, I've had several opportunities presented to me to be in the large consumer business. But that was not our goal. Our goal was to be architectural design, to be the highest quality, never the largest company. And so we've always resisted those opportunities. For one thing, to be in that business today, or even back then, you're going to manufacture in China. We didn't want to do that. I have said for I don't know, at least the last 30 years, that in many ways, I hate to say it out loud because somebody will prove me wrong, but we're China-proof. Because you can't manufacture with all the different options and accessories and SKUs that we produce lighting fixtures from China. From China, you're going to get a fixture and it's going to be 3 different colors, and you might get a choice of the wattage. Our original fixture, which we started with, and if you look at it today, it's the Coors beer can, is the Nightstar. The Nightstar catalog page has over 360 SKUs on one catalog page. You can't do that from China. and we've had to reinvent our company. We started as a low voltage halogen company. 10 years ago, with the advent of LED, we started changing. We were one of the first adopters, again, in this changing of this industry to LED. We went through trials and tribulations of the components and the LEDs and the manufacturers and people that came in and went out of business and had product and discontinued. So what we did is we said, all right, we're going to design our own products. We're going to design our own boards. We're going to design our own components and drivers so that we not only control the quality, but we control how those get applied and how they get used, rather than trying to use other vendors who could be in business for 4 years and then gone. I guess people say, well, how do you know when you've reached the end of your career? And I started looking at my contemporaries, and they were retiring, and they were moving to Florida, and they were moving to Arizona, and I started working with younger and younger specifiers, again, the architects, line designers, and realized that I probably was not going to create that relationship. I was the old guy, and these were the new guys, and things were changing. Over the years, I've had many opportunities I've been approached to sell the company to investors, investor groups, to other large lighting corporations. But I've watched many of these other independent companies just disappear. Certainly, the employees are all eventually wind up out of a job, and the plants move from one side of the United States to the other. And I didn't want that to ever happen.
I had the opportunity to just come work a summer job here at BK, and really didn't have any idea what I was getting into. It was just more coming to work. And over the years, it just became the norm, and I enjoyed making the friends that I made over the years, coming to work every day to spend time with them, and I just happened to make light fixtures. The conversation of this could be yours someday, it never came up. And it didn't happen actually until a lot later in life, and only just a handful of years ago, when it was kind of time for him to get out. We had our past president had passed away, and so that was kind of the impetus of all of that coming together.
I know that my son and I, Nathan, talked, I believe it was on our 30th anniversary. And I told him that day, I said, I wanted to see it when we had our 50th anniversary.
I think one of the biggest things that I learned, and then I think took to the next level because of my personality, was the idea of servant leadership. And it does pertain to collaboration, but I recognize my role in helping others succeed, and the best way that I could do that was the idea of servant leadership and doing my part to ensure that they were successful. I don't need the limelight. I don't need to be the one that's the idea generator. I need to be the one that's building up the rest of the team. They're the ones that are doing the work, and to engage them and to build them and make them better employees makes the whole company so much better.
We make light fixtures. We're a lighting manufacturer. That's what we do at the end of the day. But I think the thing that brings it all back together is that everybody feels a part of the family. If it's something like, from small things to where if you need something outside of work, people are there for you. People are here. It's like a community, right? So we help each other.
I think what really Doug instilled in me, or what I take, is the quality, the detail. It's just truly providing, exceptional, above par products. I mean, whether it is landscape lighting or whatever the case may be, it's just the highest level of quality products.
Year after year, we're giving out awards for longevity as employees at BK Lighting, promotions. That's one of the things we try to do is promote from in. We have employees that literally started out of high school, that started sweeping the floor in the warehouse, and today are national sales managers, lighting directors, president of the CEO of the company. And it has taken them many years to get there. It wasn't given to them, but they've earned it.
Well, I first began here as entry level, working in the sales department as data entry, and I quickly moved up to customer service representative. Just the pride within the employees and the hard work that we put into creating the quality of these products is very apparent. Just getting the feedback from that is pretty awesome to hear, and it just makes us want to keep going and keep providing that quality.
The one thing that strikes me about this company and that makes me look forward to coming to work every day is the people. Everyone from my friends in assembly to machine shop to warehouse. It's just a great place to work. You know, you have friends here. It's not just, you know, a work relationship. It's truly a friendship here. You know, we truly care about each other here, and that's what I love.
At times, my dad would really exploit the collaboration and bring that out and say, okay, we want these ideas to come, and we've had great ideas. Process changes, new products, you know, what we want to do with the company. A lot of that has come from his work style and his ethic. Hard worker, very, very hard worker, and everybody saw that. And I think a lot of people respected how much effort he put into building the company that we have today.
I had a way all through those years that I wanted things done, and it was always at a level that I required, and not everybody wanted to operate at that level. But at some point you say, okay, now you got to give them the reins. You got to let them run. They've got to learn. They're going to fall down. They're going to make mistakes. My gosh, I hope they don't make as many as I did, because I made a lot of them. But that's the only way they're going to grow. Good is the enemy of great. And to many, many people, good is very good. It's good enough. It's never been good enough for me. Great is where we needed to go.